Hey guys, so this is my first YouTube video ever. Pretty proud of myself. Didn't get awkward, other than right now. Of course I would get awkward right now. Anybody that knows me knows how awkward I am. But anyways, I'm super excited to finally be starting this and be able to have the opportunity to now be able to post videos and share with everybody what I love doing most, which is makeup and hair and beauty stuff like that. So yeah, if you want to know how I got this look, it's super easy. Took me like 30 minutes, and this is my pretty much everyday glam look. But if you want to know how I got this, then just keep watching and make sure you subscribe and click the bell to get notifications whenever I post new videos. See ya! Hey, so I have already pinned my hair back and I've already moisturized. So now I'm just going to, and I've already primed. But now I'm just going to go in with my favorite foundation. And I always go between, where'd it go? Well, I think I put it up. But I always go between the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte and the Maybelline Fit Me Matte. But matte and poreless. So today I'm going to go in with the Infallible Pro Matte. And I'm in the shade 106, which is Sun Beige. And I just put that on my face. Straight out of the thing instead of getting it on the back of my hand, because then I get it everywhere. And I like the full coverage, so I put a lot. But I will. And then I'm just going to get my foundation brush and then just kind of brush that in so it's easier to spread. Oh my god, this ring is so annoying. And my face is always paler than my body, so I always have to get like a more warmer toned foundation, so that's why this one is like my favorite. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my dirty Real Technique sponge. Okay, now I gotta take this ring off. And I'm just gonna tap that in, and I did damp my beauty blender, or my Real Techniques. I'm just gonna blend that down the neck. And you can never forget your ears. I hate whenever people have that demarcation line. Oh my gosh. It's like, girl, you are so close, but so far away. Just gonna keep tapping that in. And get it everywhere. This is so relaxing to me for some reason. Other than, you know, my hand cramping up, but. And make sure you push it into your hairline too. Maybe I could put a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit more. A lot of pigmentation that I always need to cover on this side, so I'll just put a little bit more to build it up, because this foundation builds up really nicely. And then just keep blending. I feel like that's the only thing I ever do in my life, is just blend my foundation and blend in general. Where's on mine? Just kidding. No, no. Bam. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my concealer, and I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard, and then I'll just put that in the normal places where everybody always highlights and conceals. for this concealer is bomb. It's the only one I found that actually like covers and doesn't crease, because I crease really bad. Because I always use the the Maybelline Fit Me concealer just because I love that line, and it looks so good and so like natural-esque, but it creases so bad. I'm finna look a little crazy, but that's okay. It's all good. And then another place I always put it is I always put it like right underneath where I'm gonna contour or bronze. And then I always start with the chin first. And then go to Cupid's bow. And I just barely do tap that one in. And then I'll move to this one. And if you see me looking over here, it's because I'm looking in my mirror. And I'm gonna go to the nose. I need to start looking at the camera more. And I'll just take excess of whatever was left on the nose and put it right there. And then I'll do my forehead. I'm super excited about starting my YouTube channel and this being my first video. So many people have been asking me to start one for the longest time. And I always do my under eyes last because I want that to sit there the longest. I don't know why, but I've always done that. And I'll take the excess onto my eyelid. My arm's getting sore. I ain't done my makeup in a minute. Just make sure that's really tapped in everywhere. And again, taking the excess onto my eyelid. And then just making sure that I blend the foundation with the concealer so there's no hard lines. I'm the only one that hates my hair behind my ears, or hates like hair behind your ears. I can never just like put, oh my god, I can never put all of it. That's such a weird thing to be so picky about. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my Coty Airspun powder, and I'm in the shade, or I picked up the shade Honey Beige. Normally I just get like the translucent one that doesn't have like the hue of like the pink. I'm just gonna go back over that really quick, make sure there's no creases before I set it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pick it up with my damp beauty blender, or damp sponge, and then just go right underneath that. And not necessarily bake it, I just pack it on heavily. I'll do the same with this side. And then bring the excess on top of the nose, on the bridge of the nose. And then pick up a little bit more and put it onto my eyelids. Because I don't want those to crease either. I mean, really, I don't have to set my face, my whole face. I just always set the concealer, because this foundation dries matte anyways. It is like a liquid to a powder formulation. So I mean, I really don't have to, but I always do just because, you know, extra. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of that powder. And literally just a little bit, because I'm not trying to go for a super matte, but still matte at the same time. So yeah, I guess super matte. I don't know. And then what do I want to do next? Then I'm gonna go in with my bronzer, and I use the Black Radiance. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Black Radiance press powder in the shade Creamy Beige. That's what it looks like. Yeah, trying to get it true to the color. You get the point. It doesn't really matter too much. If you go to the store, like for this shade Creamy Beige, you'll know what I mean. So I'm just gonna take it, and I bronze a lot because I just like the way that it looks. So I'm just gonna take it and do the 3 thing. I'll bring this down my neck. So as you can see, it gives such like a healthy bronze look. I'm gonna take a little bit more, put it on my forehead. I mean, like, you can see the difference. That's such a big difference to me. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more, go do the same thing on this side. And I use like the edge of the brush. I mean, if you're wondering, this brush is the Ofra Professional Makeup number 27 brush. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more and use the edge of the brush, and then just put it right there. And then as all the product starts wearing off, then I'll just use the whole brush. The only bad thing about these brushes is they shed so bad. I hate that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but that's just annoying to me. Take it under my chin to hide my second chin, because who wants that? Not me. And again, just bring that down my neck. And another thing that I always do is I take, again, the side of the brush and then get just a little bit and put that right underneath my bottom lip. And that makes such a difference to me. I'm just gonna take a little bit more, go down the side of the nose. I'm not trying to carve it out or anything. I just want to put some dimension back into it, like so. Oh, that's too bright. There we go. That's more true to color. So then I'm just going to take, I almost fell. I'm just gonna take, if I can find it. What did I do with it? Of course, when I need it, I can't find it. There it is. I'm just gonna take my BH Cosmetics. You don't know what number brush this is because I've used it so much. But I use it for more like concentrating contours, because I use this bigger, fluffier one that's like not as dense for bronzing, and then this one's a little bit more dense. So I go in with the Chartist Contour Palette, and some days I'll go in with this one, some days I'll go in with like my Kat Von D one or my Anastasia one. It just depends on what I'm feeling that day. I don't know. So today I'm feeling this one, so we're gonna use it. And I go in with the 3 and 4, but very, very, very lightly, because it's very pigmented and it will look ashy and muddy real quick, real fast. So I'm just gonna take it and just put it really lightly on the bottom of where I bronzed. So you can tell the difference. Not really, but I can tell the difference. That's what matters. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. Just really lightly focus it right there. I don't know why I always make that face. It really doesn't make a difference. And then as the product starts to wear off, I'll start moving it up in little circular motions. And I'm like barely, if you can see, barely touching my face. I'll do the same thing on this side. This freaking hair doesn't get out of my face. And then I'll take it and put this more on the hairline, on the outside of where I already bronze. And this is literally like, always comes out so flawless. This is definitely my go-to makeup look. And I mean, I can do it pretty fast. I'm talking right now, so it doesn't seem like it. But I can. I can. And then I'll use the contour to more carve out my nose. And then, now that that is done, I'm gonna go in and take my damp sponge again. I'm just gonna go over those lines to make them less harsh. And like a sweeping, not really sweeping, but like I'll put it down and then I'll like sweep up or sweep over. Instead of just like tapping it, if that makes sense. Instead of doing that, I'll do this. And I just like the way that that makes it look. And then sometimes if I did it a little bit too heavy, I'll go in with another BH Cosmetics brush that doesn't have a number because love them. They're very much loved. I'll just take a little bit of that powder, the Coty Airstone powder, and I'll put it like right next to it. So you can tell a difference that makes. And I'll just blend it in. And I'll do the same thing on this side because I did go a little bit heavier today. And then just blend it in, and that makes such a difference to me. And then I'll go under that. Okay, and then for today I'm going to use the It Cosmetics It Girl limited edition packaging. Oh my god, I'm living for this. It's so bright. There we go. It's got like a whole bunch of sparkly diamonds on it and everything. And then that's what the inside looks like. Super, super pretty. And the mirror is so dirty. I'm so sorry. And you can see my dirty vanity. That's gross. But the blush is like an ombre, so it starts out like with the lightest and then it fades. And it's still like a pretty light blush, but it looks so like such a natural glowy flush on the skin that I'm obsessed. So I just like put my brush in there and like put it in the middle to get all of them. And then I'll just like stipple it on instead of like rubbing it on. That's how I figured out how to get the most natural. See, like that, it already puts such a pretty glow. But I love blush, so I always put more than probably what I should. Oh well. But I mean, blush is always the first thing that not washes off, that comes off throughout the day, is definitely your blush. So I'll just keep adding a little bit of that. And I put a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then above my eyebrow. I don't know why, I just like it gives such like a pretty all over sun-kissed effect. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm just gonna do the same thing for this side. Whew, a little heavy. Sorry about that. That was the, I think, dryer. So I'm just gonna keep going in and just kind of stippling that on. And again, put it right over the eyebrow. And a little bit on the chin. That looks good. I'm good with that. So then now my favorite part. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter, thebomb.com, aka. And then I just go in with yet another BH Cosmetics brush that doesn't have a number. And then I'm gonna take my MAC Fix Plus. Fix Plus. Yeah, that's right, Fix Plus. And then just lightly spray it. and go in with it. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. I'm obsessed with this highlighter. And again, I just stipple that on first while it's still wet because I don't want to disrupt anything else or make it cling to anything. Oh my god, can you see that? Oh. Yes. And then I put it like right over my eyebrow too. And then just bring it down a little bit. And I'm, again, like I said earlier, extra, so I'm gonna go in with some more because I love the glow. Yes. Oh my gosh, I know you can see that. So then, while it's still a little bit damp, I'm gonna go in and put it on my nose, on the tip of my nose, and on the bridge of the nose, and on my Cupid's bow. I can't decide what kind of eye look I'm gonna do. That's why I'm doing everything else first. And I just pucker a little bit just so I can get all up in there. I'm so strange. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more and then I'm gonna spray it again. And let that kind of dry a little bit. And then, oh, that's too wet. Oh, it's just so pretty. You can't even see it. You get the point. Oh my god. I can't get over it. This is like my legit 9th pan that I've been through. It's a problem, but you know, the first step is admitting it, so I'm there. And then I always take it up the forehead like that, just because I love the way that that looks. And if I'm doing a matte look, I'll put just a little bit on my chin, and then I'll go over it with that sponge, just to make it look like it's coming from within, you know? You feel me, you feel me. Okay, let me just see what that looks like, because I can't see in the mirror what that looks like. Oh yeah, we good. Okay, now what I definitely get most, or asked about most, is how do you fill your eyebrows when you have no eyebrows? Because, you know, none. What do you do? What do you use? How do you do it? Does it take forever? No, it doesn't, actually. Sometimes, you know, but not normally. And I use the, clean this up because that's nasty. I use the Profusion Defined Brows thing from Target. This whole thing was $9.99. It came with this brush, a wax pencil, 2 eyebrow pencils, and a whole bunch of like the little stencils things, but I don't use the stencils because, you know, rebel. But I don't use this brush, the brush that it came with. I mean, it's a really good brush and it's got a really small tip, but it's just not what I like. I just use the spoolie on it. Dang, my skin looks so good today. I love going like a couple days without wearing makeup and then doing my makeup so good. I'm like, oh, yes. I feel better. So then I always start out with the medium brown because it has like a highlight shade, blonde, and each pan, except for the highlight, each pan has 2 tones in it. So you can use one in the front of your brow and then the darker one. Yeah, use the lighter one in the front of your brow and then use the darker one at the tail of your brow, so it just gives it that more dimensional, awesome, slay as hell look, you know? You feel me? So then they have the blonde, medium brown, chocolate brown, and ash brown. Honestly, I use a mixture of medium brown, chocolate brown, and ash brown just because I, again, am extra. Don't know why, because I really don't need to, but I do. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I start out with the darker medium brown one, and I always start out at the tail and just bring it out. And take the leftover and bring that on the inside, the inner part. I don't even know inside of a brow. What the hell, Tiffany? just start from the bottom. Let me get a little closer. You can see I just start from the bottom and then just push up. And that's how I get that super feathered, really light application in the front. And then sometimes I'll just leave it like this. But since my hair is so dark, I feel like I have to compensate for that. I'm sure I can take my thing down now. But since my hair is so dark, I feel like I have to compensate for that. So I'll go in with the chocolate brown, the lighter one. And I'll just finish off the tail. And then just brush that through the whole brow. I think I'm gonna do like a lighter eyebrow today though, because that looks really pretty and dainty. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of the lighter ash brown and then just put that on the very end of the tail. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one, because normally when I do that, that's whenever I start getting like the heavier brow, because I can never do them the same. I don't know why. So I'm going to go ahead and again go in with that darker medium brown one, and then start at the tail, and I've already brushed it and spooled it up. So I'm just gonna take that again. And on this brow, I always have to start in the middle and then come forward instead of starting at the tail, or I mess it up really bad. And I ain't trying to do that again today. Not today. So, just gonna keep doing that. God, my hair is all in my way today. I'm not used to having this much hair. It's just now starting to grow out. So then now, no, I changed my mind. I'm putting my hair back up because this is annoying. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's better. So I'm just gonna go in with that ash brown. Oh, I sound like I said ash brown. That's funny. And then just lightly fill that in. And then again, just feather it up. I'm gonna need to go a little bit darker on this one now. Saw that coming. Wow, these little hairs are so annoying. Y'all, I'm living for this skin right now. Start like the ka-chow thing from Lightning McQueen. That's funny. So gonna go in with that darker shade from ash brown and just do the very bottom, and then just kind of feather that up. And do the same thing with this eyebrow. Start at the bottom, and I'm like barely using any pressure. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the ash brown and then go to the arch. And then do the same thing with this eyebrow, because I literally have to draw on everything. Oh, so annoying. Alrighty, I'll just bring this one down just a little bit more. most of the time I'll bring like this part down instead of going where my natural eyebrow is, just because I love the way that that looks on my eye shape. So that's what I did. Okay, and then I'm just gonna push through just the front, because I'm not trying to disrupt anything else. And then now is whenever I go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 10. Yeah, is this 10? Yeah, 10 light, and then I'll just put it on the back of my hand, just a little bit. And then I will go in with a brush, again, that has no name, sorry. And then I'll just pick up just a little bit of that on the back of my hand, on the very tip of the bristles, because I don't want to get it all the way down the brush. And I can't talk while I do this, but I'll start right underneath the arch, and then I'll just carve out the bottom. And don't worry about it if it kind of messes up the bottom, the underneath of the brow, because you can always go back in with more product on your brush, like I'm fixing to do. So I'll just go back in with that ash brown. Like so, and bam, you got a good eyebrow. So I'm just gonna do the same with this one. I love when I get it right the first time. Oh my god. I'm just gonna take it and pull that down the line of concealer, and then just kind of smear it with my finger. Oh my gosh, I love it when I get it right the first time. Like whenever I do it perfect the first time. But I think that arch comes up just a little bit more. So I'm gonna take more of that concealer and just make more of an arch for this one. Just like so. Now they twins or sisters. Oh, see? And whenever you do that, you can't tell, but whenever it gets in your eyebrow, all you have to do is, again, go ahead and guess, go back in with some more product. Because it doesn't matter if you keep going in with product as long as you're only using little amounts at a time. So it's not like I went in heavy and then tried to fix it. Which some days, you know, it just happens that way, and it's okay, because I still have those days. I'm gonna darken up that outer tail. And I think we are good to go on our eyebrows. So I'll just take another, this one has a number, BH Cosmetics eyeshadow brush, fluffy eyeshadow brush, or packing brush I should say. Is this even considered a packing brush? I don't know, I use it for so many different things. But it's the BH Cosmetics 103 brush, and it looks like this, like that. And then I will spray it barely, wipe a little bit off, and then I'll go in with Glitz and this It Girl palette, and just pick it up on the tip and then put it right there. Right on that bone. That's not a bone. That's not a freaking bone. What the heck? Right underneath my arch. Is that a bone? I feel like people call that their highlight bone. Is that a bone? I mean, I don't know. It really doesn't matter that much. I'll do the same thing for this one. Ooh, that's wet. And that's a lot. But that's okay. That's fine. We're gonna bring some right there. And then right there. And I always take just a little bit of that highlight that I use right there and then put it on the same thing right above it. I wonder if it'll pop up. I just love the way that looks. And we are glowy today. Okay, what did I do with that palette? Let me get it. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Jack and Hill palette, duh. You know, ride or die for it. Use it almost every single day. And I'm gonna take just a clean fluffy brush from Morphe, the M330, and just going to kind of blend out that highlight just at the bottom so it's not so harsh ended, like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with my M441 Morphe blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with what shade is that? In with Butter, Pooter, and Pukey, which is this shade, and this shade. Can you see that? Those three, and then I may add a little bit of that one for my transition. Okay, just kidding. I went in with these three and those two. Ooh, my straightener's still on. Oops. I'm gonna tap off a little bit of that, and then I'm just gonna put it right on the outer V and in the crease, really lightly. And I've noticed how whenever I hold the brush like up here, it's more pressure. So if you ever want it to just be like a light dusting or like light shading or light pigmentation, hold it at the end and then do it, because you have less control of the brush, so you don't put as much product. I'm just gonna take that and do circular windshield wiper motions from inner to outer corner, and then I'll turn my brush like kind of sideways and then just blend that edge. I saw Crispy doing that, and I love the way that she does that and the way that it makes her eyeshadow look. So I think I'm just gonna do like a natural, more natural, toned down look for today. So I'm gonna take those 5 colors again, tap off the excess, and then do the same thing for this eye. And then again, turn my brush just like that to really get that blended effect. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more pukey, and then just to warmthen that up just a little bit more. But I'm gonna put that a little bit lower, still in the crease and still in the outer V, just a little bit lower to my eyelid so it gives it more depth. See? And then I slightly dust over both of those to blend them. Then do the same thing to this eye. Still in the same place, still keeping it lower. I'm gonna add a little bit more to the side. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my BH Cosmetics, yeah, no number on this one, but it's a big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with what shade is that? Creamsicle, which is this one. It's a really orangey toned one. Orangey yellowish. And then I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of that and then dust it over all of it. Just to really melt and blend those colors together. And then bring it out. And then do the same thing for this eye. Blend it all together. Bring it up to that highlight up there, blend it out, and then bring it out. I hate foundation on my lips. Oh my gosh, that drives me crazy. First world problems, I know. I should not be complaining about that. Okay, now that that is done, I always go in and take my M441 again, and then I'll go in with the red tones, which is Hunch, Jax, and Roxanne, which will be these three. Let me show you. Which is this one, and this one. And I kind of mix all of them together because those tones are so pretty, so you can see right there. I love, no, these. Is it? Yeah, these. Those three are super pretty all together. But first I'll just take Hunts and Roxanne and pick those up on my brush. Tap off the excess, as always, you know the deal. And then fluff that in the crease. And blend up. Just like that. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. So I'm just gonna take those two colors again, fluff it in this crease, going into the outer corner. That was a little bit too much on that one. And then turn my brush sideways like I already showed you I was gonna do and already have been doing. So just go in circular motions, blending out everything together. Okay, and then I always take a smaller, this one's from Eco Tools. I just use it's like a dual-ended one. It has the eyebrow pencil at the bottom and then just like this packing brush kinda. So I'll take that and then go in with Jax, which is that deeper red brick color, and then put that on the outer V. And then just build that up. And I normally bring it like halfway in. And then just fluff it to the middle. And then fluff it up. And go with a little bit more and just keep packing that on until I've reached the pigmentation that I want, which I think that's good. I'm just gonna blend that out with the same brush that I used to put it on there. Then I'll go back in with my M441 and then just go around the edges. Just to make sure that's all blended together. Oh my god, living for that. So I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Go back in with that Roxanne color. Put it on the outer V. And fluff it in. That's such a weird word, fluff. What the heck? I just thought about that. Ooh, my foot's going down. Okay, and then once again, just kind of blend that out with the same brush. And then go back in with the M441 again. And then just blend out those edges. As Jaclyn Hill once said, blend until your fingers fall off. Which is so true. You can never blend too much. Okay, once all those colors are on, I'm gonna go in with another small synthetic packing brush, and I'm gonna pick up Obsessed, which is this color. They're really pretty shimmery, and I'm gonna pick some of that up on my brush. I gotta sneeze. And spray my brush. Pretty sure you could have guessed that. And then just pack it on. And it kind of creates like a cut crease effect. And I didn't even have to actually cut the crease. So just keep packing that on. And I put a little bit in the inner corner. And then bring that over, a little bit over that red, the Roxanne that we put down. Or Jack's, not Roxanne. Then I go in with the fluffy brush, the M441 again. And then without any extra product on it, just go back over that just to blend those edges together, as you can see. And that is one eyeshadow done. Completely done with eyeshadow is how I should have said that. That was weird. Spray the brush, let it dry just a little bit. God, that makes such a difference. And then do the same thing. And just respray the brush, pick up a little bit more product, and then pack it on. just keep doing that. And then go back in again with the Imperfect one without any additional product on it. And then I need to bring that over just a little bit more. Okay, now I'll go in and just blend over those edges. Bam. That's how you do it. Okay. What am I gonna do now? Oh yeah. Go in with a flat shader brush. No, I'm not, because I'm not gonna pick that up and put that on my face. I'm gonna go in with that same brush that we just did the other eyeshadow with, and I'm gonna pick up the first two shades in the palette. Those, I mean, and flick you off. Those two shades, which are in Light and Beam. And then just pick up the tiniest amount of those and then put it on the tear duct area. Just like that. And do the same thing with this eye. And kind of like blend it in to that color, the lid color. So you get that more dimensional effect. I'll take a little bit of that and put it right there. Alrighty. Oh, I really don't want to do eyeliner. Yeah, I'm not gonna. So now I'm going to, oh my god, that looks so pretty. I'm gonna go in with my favorite mascara of all time, but I had, okay, so it normally doesn't come in this tube. You either get the all black one, which the black tube is the waterproof one, or you get the pink one, which is not the waterproof one. But I like the wand of the not waterproof one, but I like the waterproof formula better, if that makes sense. So whenever I do it, I just have to buy both. And it's kind of stupid because I'm wasting it, but I don't know. I don't really care. And then I just go in and do some mascara. And I really have no eyelashes because this girl that did my eyelash extensions messed them up. I'll never get eyelash extensions ever again because of that. I'm just gonna add a little bit of mascara just like that because I want the eyeshadow to really speak for itself and stand out the most. Okay, I'm just gonna do the same thing to the side. Oh my gosh, my eyelashes are starting to go back though, and I'm so excited. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on my lower lash line. And there we go. Now I'm just gonna take my foundation off my lips. Unless I want to do I want to do lipstick? I am gonna go over my lips with this lip liner, and it is in the shade Spicy, and it's from Over Cosmetics. So I'm just gonna take what I do with my, where the hell did it go? I'll just use this mirror. I'm just gonna go in and line my lips and fill it in with this color. And I always overline the slightest bit, so you can't even tell. Especially with this color, because this just looks like, well, in person, it looks very natural. Alrighty, and this is the finished look. If you want a close-up, this is the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, get notifications whenever I post a new video. Feel free to follow me on all my social media. They are all down below in the bottom bar. I don't know when I'm going to be posting my next video, just because I want to see how this one plays out, and because I'm still getting a feel for the whole YouTube thing, stuff like that. So feel free to share this video if you liked it. If you don't do anything. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Leave me ideas of what I should do in all my other videos though, because I do want to start doing more like hacks and my tips and tricks and everything, instead of just doing like makeup videos, because I feel like that gets kind of boring. So yeah, just leave me suggestions what to do in the bottom bar, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.